Cody on WSM and Circle TV. Presented by Dish.
Help me, Charlie Mattos. Help me with this man's
All
introduction here. Singer.
Oh.
Songwriter.
Performer. Woo, woo. Live up to that billing now.
I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best.
And host.
Former. Well, I guess.
But a lot of times
now
in the studio,
I got a TV show.
right?
I got Gorilla Country,
There you
so
go.
I guess I have
See?
that.
Look at that.
I forget about that.
But you were also a co-host on a radio show
Yes,
that aired
I
on
was.
WSM Radio for
I was very proud of that.
a long time.
Yeah.
Scott Southworth is here.
Hey!
He is back, as a matter of
And the
fact.
crowd goes mild. Thank
And
you.
you got here like an hour early. What's up? Singer-songwriters don't typically do that.
Well, you know, when you live as far away as I do,
Yeah.
I've come in at the very nick of time before, and you just never know on the day after a holiday what you're going to get. So I live way down. Like if you go to Alabama, you just missed an exit or two. So
where are you in southern Middle Tennessee?
I'm down in Lewisburg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Marshall County.
Marshall County.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I figured might as well get here early than be all stressed out.
You know about the ghost in Chapel Hill that walks
At
the railroad
at the
tracks?
railroad tracks.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
yeah.
the lantern.
I'm trying to get my wife to go, but she says no.
We'll get somebody else's wife and go.
That's a heck of an idea. It's
also a good song
Marshall
title.
County.
Yeah. So kind of like Ichabod Crane and the Legend of the Headless Horseman, kind of that same thing.
And I think maybe this one's head got chopped off by one of those trains too. So you never know.
Ooh, all right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe at Halloween.
It's
You know
coming.
what?
It's coming.
Let's all go on a Saturday night. What do you say?
The barbecue at your place? Maybe?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. There.
I got plenty of fish now. You know, I was just in Alaska last week, and whew.
So touring took you to Alaska or just vacation?
Well, it was a little bit of both.
Oh, good for
Once
you.
I found out I was doing the fishing trip, I booked a couple of things and had a
Where
good
all
time
did you
in
play
Alaska.
up there?
I was all in Yakutat, population 600. I don't like to brag, but I had about 10% of the population at the show, and we had a good time. I blew out the PA. Just solo acoustic, and so about half hour left of the show, I just sat in the middle of the room and played acoustic for the rest of it, and we had a good time. It wasn't me blowing out the PA, by the way. They were looking at it, and the manager's like, "What do we do?" And the fella looking at it, he goes, "Well, for starters, get one that isn't 90 years old." So, I mean,
Like Charlie's refrigerator.
it had a turn crank, yeah. So, but we had a great time. Oh, the fishing, woo!
So tell me about the fishing.
Just a trip of a lifetime. I mean, we
What all did you catch?
Salmon. We caught halibut. We caught sea bass, and I got a big old frozen box, about 55 pounds of fish meat coming my way. So y'all come over. We'll cook up some salmon, and we'll go find us a ghost in Marshall County.
Going to ask how that worked. So you catch them, and then they prepare it, and then they dry ice it.
We were cleaning them. We had to clean them and vacuum wrap them. They had a whole thing, but we were doing that at like midnight. Well lubricated, cleaning fish and all of that, and then woof.
So I should watch out for bones. Is what you're telling me.
No. They look good.
Oh.
They look good.
Okay. Out of curiosity, have you been to all 50 states? Because Alaska is one of the ones I'm missing. I've been to 44 of the 50.
I'm not quite there, but my goal is to play music in all 50 states, and I still got to do the north, the very, very northeast, and then the Dakotas and Kansas and Nebraska. And then Hawaii, but I might just save Hawaii for last.
Well, the Northeast is my people. They treat you well up there.
Oh, good,
yeah,
good. Well, then you'll have to give me some phone numbers.
All right, there you go.
People's couches I can crash on.
So share the Scott Southworth story with our audience this morning. How you, where you come from, and how you got into music.
Absolutely.
And when you got to town.
Grew up in Oregon. Lived in Southern California as an adult. And then when I was about 38, I decided to move to Nashville in 2004, and 38 or something like that. I don't know. And I've been here ever since, songwriting. And then I put something out several years ago that was just a collection of my kind of music that I record, and it went well in Europe. And so I've just been doing it and loving every minute of it.
Is there one spot in Europe where you're...
Literally just one, and it's about a 3-block radius. But boy, they love me there, Bill, let me tell you. No, there are pockets that I didn't even know existed, but that love traditional country music. So, for instance, I'm going to Germany next month. I'm going to New Zealand in February for these festivals, and it's just going and it's crazy to go overseas and have a bunch of people in front of the stage singing your songs. When
Billy Yates famously.
He was my template.
He used to tell me, look, I know you don't you don't buy this, but I'm Elvis in Europe, baby. I mean, he was on fire over there.
He still is. They still love him. And whenever I go, they'll talk about Billy, he came on our Music Row show, and he was talking to me during the breaks about what he did. And so when I say he was my blueprint, I really learned a lot from him. But also the Bellamy brothers are just hot as a biscuit there. They love the Bellamy brothers.
And I remember Bobby Bear telling me somewhere along the way that he and Jim Reeves, they owned Scandinavia.
I'm sure.
It's this pocket that they could do no wrong when they went there to play.
I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but one time I was in Galway, and I was so excited to go to Galway because they said there's so much great traditional Irish music. You guys are going to love it. So we get out of the train station, and sure enough, if I can do this real quick, sure enough, right outside the train station, there's a guy in the cable knit sweater, and the authentic hat, and he's going, hey da 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 da, hey da 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 da. I was so excited. I got closer, and he's going, take the ribbon from your hair, shake it loose and let it fall. So, I mean, they love I was saying, I'm getting some authentic, Christopherson.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah.
So you said you came when you were in your late 30s.
Yeah.
Most people are coming when they're 18, not
right.
38.
Right.
Well, what took you?
I had the opportunity to come here at a very young age. It's a very long story, but Mickey Newberry lived in Springfield, where I grew up in Springfield, Oregon.
Love Mickey Newberry.
And he invited me to his house. He'd heard some stuff and said, go, I'll introduce you. And I'm like, I mean, Bill, I had a heck of a mullet, and I was in a rock band that played the Ramada Inn and the Holiday Inn. So I didn't know who this old fellow was. We didn't have the internet. He was in his pajamas at 2 p.m. All I knew was I was a rock star in Springfield, Oregon. So I didn't take him up on the offer.
Mickey Newberry was in the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I found that out later, and that just goes to show you how stupid a 19-year-old is.
You know, what's interesting, though, you said you came in 2004. So you still got about a decade of how Nashville used to feel before it's completely changed downtown.
And I'm so happy that I got to experience it. I feel so sad for the kids coming in because they have no idea that there were still characters walking up and down Music Row and all the activity that was in the alleys and all of that. Nothing bad. When I say that doesn't sound good, does it? All the illicit activity in the alleys. No. Just the music that was constantly there. So, and the sense of community around there. And I guess now they probably have homeowner associations in all those condos on Music Row, right?
It's Skulls. All right, so coming around, Honky Tonk again is new, the full album from Scott Southworth. Tell us about this, and then we're going to feature the title track.
The title track. Yeah. It is live today, and I'm super excited. It's been 3 years since I've put anything out, and the thing about the title track also, you hear a lot of songs where they're name checking Cash and Haggard and George Jones. But one of the things that this indie journey that I've been on for the last several years has shown me is just all the amazing music coming out right now. And you guys hear it. And Eric broke a lot of these people that I name check in here. But I'm so impressed with all the music. So I wanted to come out with a song that shows them, kind of underlines them, and maybe somebody that's not heard of them will give it a check. But so that's the whole thing with that song. And man, other than that, it's the whole CD is mostly fun fun stuff because, the last few years it wasn't fun while I was putting this together in the news. And I said, man, people need a break. Let's just have some fun.
Understood.
Give them some good country music that makes them smile.
And when we play the song in a second, the folks on Circle will get to see the album cover. It could have been a shot from like the late 60s to mid 70s. I love the artwork on the cover.
So I took the photographer. I showed the photographer and my artwork person an old Stonewall Jackson.
There you go.
Album.
Okay, so I'm in the ballpark, right?
Yes, the Stonewall Jackson. I want this kind of a look. And we went over across the street and went to Ernest Tubbs' tour bus. That's the Green Hornet.
Mm-hmm.
And I took pictures in there, and it gave me the feel that I wanted for the whole album.
Doggone yeah. Yeah. Coming around to Honky Tonk against the first cuts and the title track of Scott Southworth's new album.
Yeah, I guess it's true that I ain't cool like Dale Watson. I don't fill up tours like Tyler Childers can. It's okay if I can wow that trendy Nashville crowd. I'm a-coming around to Honky Tonk again. Yeah. Now Dallas Moore had Lucky Chucky, and man, they burned it up the road. Highway Queen will always be Nikki Lane. And old Sturgill tries it all. Hella Betty's had a ball, but me, I'm a-coming around to Honky Tonk again. Yeah, with me it's nothing new. Same old rhinestones on my suit, picking and grinning for the tip jar and a beer. Too damn old to be a star, but I keep banging this guitar just as long as someone out there wants to hear. Now Jesse Daniel is hooking bass while he's out there kicking ass, like Charlie Crockett with the ghost of old James Hand. They're all chasing neon dreams, playing roadhouse poetry, but me, I'm a-coming around Honky Tonk again. Never fails when I hear them pedals wail. That music takes me back where I belong. I hope you like your country music real, 'cause I ain't here to reinvent the wheel. That good old sound feels like a long lost friend. Look for me in your hometown, we'll fire it up and tear it down when I come around to Honky Tonk again. Hey, y'all want to hear some pop country? Well, you're barking up the wrong dang tree. Son, I'm a-coming around to Honky Tonk again. I'm coming around to Honky Tonk again. Yeah, coming around to Honky Tonk again.
Hey, I'm Vince Gill. Thanks for watching the Grand Ole Opry on Circle.
And Cody is on WSM.
Laughing it up with Scott Southworth. Coming around to Honky Tonk again. You heard it just before the break, at least on television and around the world on WSM Radio and our mobile app now at Circle Now. It's available in your app store. We were laughing. You have Middle Finger First.
Yes,
among the selections.
That might be your favorite song on the CD.
That's
when you hear it.
I don't know, Riding Sparky Tonight. That tells me there's a song about the electric chair.
Kind of a one-night ride.
And guess who his co-writer was? Recently in studio. Label head at Billy Blue.
Oh, Jerry Salley?
That's it.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
He doesn't
avoided
seem like
me.
a riding Sparky Tonight kind of man.
He avoided me for a year and a half when I gave him the idea, because it is about a guy going to the electric chair, but it's a real happy, upbeat bluegrassy barn burner.
Well, when you know the inevitable.
So when I saw him at a songwriter festival, and I've known Jerry for a long time, I said, Jerry, I got an idea. It's up tempo. And he goes, I love it. Barn burner, bluegrassy. He goes, I'm in. I said, about a guy going to the electric chair, and he goes, So I finally talked him into it. And then his wife loved the song, and so I think he likes it too. But
I see where Bill White, our former colleague here and
has a couple
Radio
songs
Hall
on
of
there.
Famer, is a co-writer with you on a couple of things too.
Yes, sir.
So good to see that name getting credit. What are you doing for us live this morning?
Well, I'm going to do, in honor of Jimmy Buffett. Some of the songs that I've written have been. I remember, like, at a kid, remember I Fell in Love with the Roller Derby Queen, that old song. But then he sees her on TV, and then the next thing they're married. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What happened in between? And then in Margaritaville, how that tattoo got there, he hadn't a clue. I wanted more of that. I wanted more of that story. So I'm going to do this in honor of Jimmy. What a great inspiration and just amazing writer he was to all of us. But and then we could talk about why Kelly keeps planning her days off when I'm on the show. Hey, bartender, does she look familiar? Have you seen her around this old bar? Beauty like her, you'd be sure to recall. She's shining like a northern star. She left quite an impression right here on my chest. I wish I could remember. Now I'll never forget. Now I'm looking for the woman on my new tattoo. Yeah, she got under my skin with her long raven hair and her eyes sky blue. I'll be searching till I find her again. Searching till I find her again. She walked up to me after 13 tequilas and asked me if I wanted to dance. We got hot in a hurry, then things got blurry as we ran out for low-tide romance. I remember the beat of her heart in the surf, then the sting of the needle pledging my love to her. Now I'm looking for the woman on my new tattoo. Yeah, she got under my skin with her long raven hair and her eyes sky blue, with that dress up to there and the way she moved. I'll be searching till I find her again. Searching till I find her again. The sing-along part goes, the woman on my new tattoo. 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 Well, I woke up this morning, she was nowhere in sight. Just this epidermal art. That's the first time you've ever heard epidermal in a country song on WSM radio. To remember her by. Now I'm looking for the woman on my new tattoo. Yes, she got under my skin with her long raven hair and her eyes sky blue, with that dress up to there and the way she moved. I could still smell her kiss and taste her perfume. I'll be searching till I find her again. Searching till I find her again. I'm gonna keep searching till I find her again. The woman on my new tattoo. Woman on my new tattoo.
And there's booze in the blender, and soon it will render that frozen concoction. It helps us hang on, Scotty boy.
God bless him, man.
Scott Southworth this morning, and his new album, it's called Coming Around to Honky Tonk Again, and available, where would you send people?
Anywhere. If they want to buy physical copies, go to my website. There's a link to buy it there.
And that's ScottSouthworth.com.
That's ScottSouthworth.com. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then everywhere else, Apple Music, iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, Amazon, it's all live today.
often when a guest comes, sometimes they may bring donuts or muffins. I'm reading your self-described bio here. I write songs. I like pie. I play Larrivee guitars. I really like pie. The pie's just in the cars. You're going to bring it in after
I want you to
our
know
segment.
The pie started in the truck with me, but again,
did not make
I
it
really
here.
like pie.
What's your go-to pie?
It depends on this time of the year.
Okay,
Bill.
well,
like
now
right
that we're
now,
into fall,
as we're
headed
getting into
into
fall,
fall,
it's
yeah.
got to go pumpkin,
Oh, okay.
or apple.
Okay.
But in the summertime, lemon, blueberry, and then in the winter you like pecan, and so yeah, I'm an equal opportunity pie eater. I don't discriminate.
I like the tartness of cherry
Yes.
along with the sweetness of the a la mode portion of the vanilla bean ice cream.
I didn't know you spoke French. That's
Oh,
exactly.
I do. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. To each his own. Yes.
So Fox News in Nashville, Fox 17 on Friday of this week. You're going to be there.
Yeah, I'm going to
And
be
then,
there.
Then you're going to be at Release the Hounds Festival in Bon Aqua on the 15th.
On the 15th, and that is a fundraiser that raises money for to help spay and neuter animals and just give
okay.
no-kill shelters.
In honor of Bob Barker, who just passed.
That's right.
At
That's
99 without going over.
That's right, without going over 100. But yeah, come see us on September 15th. It's a great Flat River Band's going to be there. Jenny Tolman, a lot of folks you guys have had on the show and everything. So it's going to be, and I'll be there with my little Honky Tonk Anonymous band, and we're going to have some fun.
And then tell us about Honky Tonk Friday live on YouTube that we can watch.
I do that on Fridays, most Fridays on YouTube. You can just Google Scott Southworth there, and I play for an hour at 7 a.m. Every Friday morning, because you'd be amazed that there's not very much competition at 7 a.m. Of live musical performances. But it's also lunchtime in Europe, so I'm able to get that crowd there, and then my early birds here. Yeah.
Thanks for coming to see us, Scott.
Thanks for having us.
Always
you
a
guys.
pleasure.
All right.
Scott Southworth coming around to Honky Tonk again. ScottSouthworth.com. It's available there.